Yeah. Have you heard of Pinterest? Do you go on Pinterest?
I've heard of it. I don't really use it because I try and, like, I see something that's cool and I try and buy it and it's like $1,000.
What?
It's like, this is expensive, or you need to make it yourself. It's like, oh, well, no thanks.
Well, no thanks. But see, that's the cool thing with Pinterest is that if you want ideas for drinks.
Recipes and stuff,
Recipes and everything.
And that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So one Halloween, it wasn't this last Halloween, it was the Halloween before that. We looked up just, like, what drinks to have. We wanted something, like, fruity, but that would get us, like, really fucked up. So we made this delicious drink, right? But it had a ton of alcohol in it. And so it was really, really good. But it had triple sec, had Malibu, it had watermelon Smirnoff. And then it had the Country Time lemonade powder. You know that stuff?
I think so, yeah.
It's just like powdered lemonade, and you just add water and sugar, and you call it a day. But we just added the powder to the alcohol, and then a little bit of water.
So is that jungle juice? Is that like jungle juice?
Because jungle juice is like, so the thing with jungle juice, you have to put it in a big bin, right? Like, that's like the whole point. And you're supposed to put, like, I think it's at least 7 bottles of alcohol. Like, full bottles.
Yeah, I saw a video of someone make it, and it was, like, intense.
Yeah, so that's, like, for, like, a load of people. Like, this, I feel like, I don't know, because a lot of drinks, like, a lot of mixed drinks will have 3 different kinds of alcohol in it. Like, just because, triple sec is a very, very sweet liqueur. Like, so it's used in very, very sweet drinks. So it's just like, it's almost like a syrup, but that's alcoholic.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Did you practice that one?
No.
Oh, that's good.
If I ever get good at this, I'm going to start freestyling on here and just rap for hours.
No, that'd be good. Have you seen that guy out there that raps?
He just sits out there rapping for, like, a long-ass time.
Yeah, dude, hours. And then he's like, pay me $1 and I'll rap or something for you or whatever. But then he freestyles, like, a good majority of the time, so I don't know why people would pay him to rap.
Yeah, like, I could just sort of catch it on my phone or when I'm walking by.
Yeah, exactly. But my friend had him in one of
her classes,
and, like, the professor paid him $1 to rap, and he stood up in front of, like, the auditorium-sized room
shit.
and rapped.
That's cool.
I mean, but I've never really, like, listened to him. Have you?
No. I feel like I've caught sometimes, I don't know if he's, like, making a point or if he's just saying words that rhyme.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
Like banana, cabana, trabana, like just random shit.
No, I think it's a little bit more in depth than that, because I've heard him, like, say, I don't know, just, like, sentences that kind of, like, flowed together. I'm like, okay, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
So what do you want to do with Global Studies after? Like,
so right now I am looking into community outreach positions. Okay. So that would either just make me, like, a coordinator for San Diego Habitat for Humanity, or a planner for a different organization, like a nonprofit organization. But now I've applied to, like, 2 or 3 that are entry-level project management positions. So I'm really trying to see if I can get into that niche. Because if I can get a foot in the door in any kind of project management, anything...
write your ticket anywhere.
Yes. So I'm really excited. I need to work more on it, obviously. But it's really crazy because I applied to, like, a lot of little places, and I didn't really know what I was doing, like, in February, and that's the time where everyone was, like, supposed to apply, and I don't know, I don't think I was doing it right, you know, and I don't know, and so now in March, I just applied, like, before I left to Hawaii, and when I came back from Hawaii, I sent out a good amount, and then after that, I sent out a good amount, so now I'm thinking I'm sending out more, like, quality content to these places, and I'm really finding places that I'm qualified to be at, you know? So I'm hoping to hear back from them, but I'm getting so nervous because it's April, and usually people have job offers in April. Yeah. You know? So, but, like, I need to keep telling myself, like, it's fine if you get a job, like, in June. Like, you know, like, if I'm graduating in May, like, I should start in June. Hopefully I would start in June either way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I'm nervous.
Are you going for your master's after this or no?
I want to eventually, like, in the next few years. I want to work for at least a year after undergrad, just so I could have something under my belt. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want to, I don't know, I've heard that it's kind of a bad idea just to go straight into your master's program, unless you're going for a doctorate or a PhD or law or whatever, unless it's, like, that road. But if you're just going to go ahead and jump into a master's without any experience, then coming out,
it's going to be even harder.
They say 3 to 5 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you've had an internship for a year, like, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I have to work. I have to. And you can get, I don't know, you can get a lot of opportunities through who you know. Mm-hmm. And from your work experience, you can see if you actually even like it. And then you can get your master's in something else if you don't, you know?
Exactly.
Because global studies is very versatile. But you're poli-sci, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you going to do with that?
I was thinking law school. Just, and but do like ROTC, so the Army pays for it, and then have a career doing Army lawyer.
Oh, okay.
Because they have that, and because it pays well if you do it for long enough. And then if I decide I want to go into the private sector, I can just leave with all the experience.
Oh, okay, that's cool. No, that's really nice. But law school is hard.
I don't know. Have you seen some lawyers? Because some lawyers are idiots. Like, some of them are really stupid. So it's like, if he can do it, I feel like
Yeah, no. You're right. And honestly, anyone can do anything if they have the will and the want to.
Yeah, you just have to show up and do law school. Mm-hmm. You don't have to learn much. You just have to read and write.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I knew this. I met this girl one time, and she was like, "Dude, like I'm a 23-year-old in law school, and it is intense." But she's going it's like a really nice school, you know, whatever. Like, so it's probably like a really, really good program. But yeah, I hear that it's a ton of reading.
Yeah, you have to like just be in a book for 3 years.
Oh, see, like that's just so Like, school is great and everything, but I don't know, I think I just want other things in my life. Like, even a master's degree, like, having it be 2 years, I'm like, okay, that's a really big chunk of time, especially in your 20s. Like,
yeah.
Dude, like, I don't know. I feel like they want you to do so much, but I don't know. And I think, I don't know, for a woman, okay, I know what I want to say, but I didn't want to, I feel like this is, like, almost vulgar, but I'm like, why is this vulgar?
Yeah, no, say it.
Dude, I have to have a fucking baby in my stomach for 9 months, okay? Do you know? And then I want 2 kids, but guess what? That's 18 fucking months of me just having this fucking thing right here. And then afterwards, I need to care for it, you know? So I don't want to do that to them. I don't want to get my master's while I'm having them, you know, because these are little humans. Like, you have to watch them and stuff. They need attention. Like, they need the nourishment, you know? So, and women have a ticking time clock, right?
Yeah,
because,
true.
you know.
Unless you freeze them, but that's a lot of money. Yeah. And injections and junk.
Oh, no. See, like, I'm an all-natural kind of girl. Like, even my birth control is the most natural thing it could be, you know? And it's just, I don't like to mess with that system at all, because I think it's very delicate.
Okay.
But
you guys didn't see it, because this isn't recorded, but she did the peace sign, like, namaste thing after she said natural. That's why we're laughing.
Yes. The little giggles, like, but yeah, so it's just hard, because I don't want to have kids after 30, because the chances of them having a disease goes up, like, about 30%. Mm-hmm. So why would I
risk it?
Why would I risk it, right?
So what time were you thinking?
I want to have my last kid either when I'm 30 or, like, 29, right? So that means I'm starting at 26, 27, starting that whole fucking
deal.
Fuck, you know, that whole thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I want to be a mother, and I think it's very beautiful, but as my 22-year-old self, I'm thinking, like, fuck, like, that's gonna...
That's soon.
Yeah.
26 is 4 years away. That was high school.
Dude, I know. It's crazy. And I'm thinking, like, Like, I can be a mom. I can be a mom right now. I am responsible enough. But I have other responsibilities. That's why I can't be a mom, you know?
Yeah.
Right now. Like I'm saying, I have the mentality to.
Yeah, you could do it. You have other shit you gotta do now.
Exactly. And if I have 4 years, let's think about it. Okay, I've broken this down so many times. I'm like, how the fuck does society want you to do this? Okay, so they want you to have a bachelor's and a master's, right? So let's say I get my bachelor's right now, 22, right? Mm-hmm. And I work until I'm 23, almost 24, right? Mm-hmm. And then as I'm working, I get my master's. I start school, right? So let's say 23, 24. By the time I'm done, I'm 26.
Yeah. So like the day after you get it, get that kid. Get the kid right then.
See, then what? What? Then what do you want me to do? You want me to, like if I want to have 2 kids, which is a normal amount to have, and I want to have them spaced out to give them time to have nourishment and the attention that they need, and me time to snap everything back just to make it big again. Like, get everything in order, because that takes years at that point, and then have another one, and then continue my career. Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds so fucked. And then a guy would get 3 months of
paternity
leave.
You get a lot more, I think, for girls. Isn't it is it half a year? Or
no, it's the same.
It's the same?
3 months.
What? I thought it was way longer.
No.
The pregnant girl at my job has been gone for such a long time. And there's another one.
She got a deal then.
She was gone for a while. She was pregnant up until she worked until she was almost, she was fucking full of baby.
Yeah.
Spilling over with baby.
Yeah.
And then she was just gone. She just got back.
How long was she gone?
I don't even remember, but it was just sort of one day she just wasn't there, and then she wasn't there for a very long time, and she just got back last week.
Oh, okay. I
was like, oh, damn. How's that baby thing? That's where you were. I totally forgot you worked here.
Totally forgot. Dude.
It's an entry-level job, so I'm surprised they gave you that shit off.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is true.
I work at Extraordinary Desserts, if you know it.
Oh, the one in San Diego?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Dude, that's awesome. I love that. Well, I've only been there once, but I like it. I really like it.
The people working there are all assholes, but...
Why?
I had the flu for 3 weeks, and they reported me to the manager for being slow. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was like, they brought me in, I was like, how do you think you're doing here? I was like, I think I'm doing pretty good. I was a little sick a couple weeks ago, but I think I'm doing pretty good. And they were like, well, you're wrong. We disagree. And here's where you're going, what you're doing to mess up. I was like, what? I had the flu. I told you I had the flu. I told you I threw up here, and you still made me work. It's like, but you were going slow while you were sick. I was like, oh, fuck this place. I'm about to leave.
Did you?
No. They're paying for my trip to Tokyo.
Oh.
Because it's minimum wage plus $150 to $200 in tips a week.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's good money. It's just those people suck.
Dude, but see, the thing is that, I don't know. Okay, I love serving. I was a server for 2 years. I think it's a great way to make money, but I don't, $100 to $2 a week in tips?
$150 to $200, yeah. Okay. And that's not in summer. So summer and holidays, it's $250 to $300.
Okay, but a week?
A week, yeah.
How many days do you work in that week?
3 or 4. Max 4.
Okay, you're still not making as much money as you could. If you went to a serving job, took your 3 months as a busser, made some tips, right? Mm-hmm. If you did that and then moved your way up to server, you would be making $200 a night plus your paycheck. Mm. And you can work 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week, whatever you want for a few hours. Not even a full 8-hour shift. No, it's just 4 hours maybe, right? And you make buku bucks in these tips, and it's ridiculous how much money you can make. But I realized that the place that I worked at was the only reason we made more money than I just told you, because I feel what I just told you is an average, but we would make ridiculous amounts of money in tips because we had some kind of thing that we weren't reporting on our taxes and whatever. But, so we wouldn't, like, write down certain things on our little, like, checkout sheet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it was fine. It was, you know, whatever. So that was good, and I was making, like, a lot of good money.